Hello and welcome to The Takeaway with Tyra. Thank you for joining me today. Now, so that you don't miss out on any of my updates, please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I also like hearing from you, so go ahead and like and comment. My guests are always exciting and have great things to share with us. What I do on this show is I have one guest and I ask them one question. Then they get the floor. So here we go. Hello, and thank you for joining me on The Takeaway. Today, I'm with Paddy McGuigan, all the way. Are you in Ireland or are you in the UK?
Well, that's a thorny issue. I'm in the north of Ireland.
Okay. Now, folks, Paddy is with the UK Ireland leadership. He has been around for a little bit, and he and I met up online with our ONPASSIVE business a while back and have been interacting through the last, year or so. And I finally got Paddy's date set, and we're able to have him on the show. Welcome. I'm so glad to have you here today.
Oh, thank you, Taylor. Yeah, the day has finally come. I know you've been looking me on for a while now, but I've been so busy with everything that you know what I mean. It just wasn't the right time, but you have me here now, so that's the main thing.
Indeed. Well, the thing that really struck me in this last while that I'm getting to know you through our company is your passion. And I never cease to be amazed at the kind of passion people have for ONPASSIVE. So, Paddy, my question to you today is going to be what's the deal? Like, what are you so fired up about? What gets you out of bed in the morning with this ONPASSIVE? And some of the things I see you write and the encouragement you give to people. Talk to us what's got you going here.
Yes, well, the thing about ONPASSIVE, it's infectious. That's the first thing. It really is. And it's all consuming. And I started to get into this. When I got into this was a good while ago now. It was through my sponsor, who's a girl who both of us worked together online, different projects. None of them ever paid dividends, and so we made a pact that whichever one would find something legitimate and true would tell the other. So she messaged me one day and she said, Paddy, I found it. And I said, right, good. I like to hear that. Send me some information. So she said, I'll send you a few videos. And I said, right. So she sent me just a load of videos. I watched the one, it was Mike Ellis, and that was it. I rang her straight back. I said, right, bang, I'm in. That was it. Because you know Mike yourself. Mike's an amazing guy. He's astonishing, and he's a great orator as well. So that was me, and then my passion started. I got the light bulb moment, a little light bulb moment when I watched his video. But as you know yourself, it's once you get into this business that they start popping all over them light bulbs start popping all over the place. And yeah, that was it. I started to meet more people and start to really get into it and start to learn about it because I wanted to know what was at the heart of it. And as we know, that's Ash Mafara. So I started looking into Ash, and I've attended the webinars, and that was it. I seen the man's passion, and I was lucky in a way because I hear all our founders, it takes them 3, 4 months, 5 months, etc. I listened to the first webinar I listened to with Ash. I could see his vision. He was saying about his vision, and I could see it. As he was saying it on screen, I could actually envisage it myself. Wow. And I could see, I just went, wow, this is something big.
Indeed.
And this is what I like to describe as the Holy Grail, which it's passive income. And I have been searching for passive income for a lifetime.
Yes.
Never found it. You know, we've all been looking for Tyra, but it's so hard to. We've been let down so many times in life, you know, by different things, different factors. And I've been online for a long time, and I've different businesses, and I've been in this and that, and I've spent so much money. You know,
I hear
I've
you.
lost so much money,
I hear
and
you.
all the founders have that story. You know, there's nearly a million stories like that at the minute, and that's why we want something. We're desperate for something that's true, that's genuine, and this is it. I have no doubt in my mind this is it, and we're way past the point of no return.
Indeed.
This
Yeah.
is this thing has took on a life of its own. That it's like a snowball effect, and it's coming down the mountain, and there's no stopping it. You know, even if we wanted to stop it, it's too late.
It's too big.
And the passion I have for it, because I know what it's going to do, not just for me. Like, I'm 50 years of age. I'm going to get enough out of it, of course, but it's what I can do for others. You know, what I can do for others, and when I know that's there, and it's right in the palm of my hand, it's so near now I can taste it, that I just want to. I have so many things are going through my head about, and I need to start writing them down like a lot of founders have done. You know what I mean? Because there's that much going through my head, and any wonder I'm on a passive time. I think we all are anyway. You know what I mean? I don't sleep much anymore. So I'll be glad when we do lunch to go and get a break and get a proper sleep, 8 hours proper sleep. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's going to be an amazing time, certainly.
Well, you kind of touched on, okay, so, and you mentioned Mike Ellis. So Mike often talks about us looking after our bottom line because I have to be honest, I myself, and I'm sure thousands of founders that have come in already have come in for what we call the bushels of apples that are going to roll our way and how we're going to be able to get financial freedom. So, like Mike Ellis says, we look after our bottom line first, whatever things we have. And something you mentioned when we were chatting at the beginning is that you're going to take some time off. You need to, have some time to just refresh. And you said you're not barely sleeping. And so there's going to be things for you personally that you're going to deal with financially in whatever your areas are. Now, what's going to happen as that's been done, and you're going to be looking around, okay, now what? So some of these things you said you're kind of starting to write down and look at, what kind of things would those look like for you?
Well, Marty DeGarmo, and we all love Marty. He's an amazing guy. And Marty, I think it was in a webinar I watched. It was a YouTube video the other day, and I posted it actually about Marty was talking about filling your tank and about you can't change anything unless you have the resources yourself,
Yes.
the financial resources to do so. Um, so the way Marty, that's the way he described it, and it's so true because we all want to do things for people and help people. And we all know people that are struggling out there, but we haven't the resources financially to do so. So ONPASSIVE is going to give us that chance. But I think we should work local, and then you get the ripple
Yeah.
effect.
Start in
Work
your
our way
own.
out.
Yes.
Start around your own area
Yes.
and work our way out, and that's what I intend to do. Um, Cancer is a big thing. It was a big part of my family. My daughter had cancer, as you know, and thank God, she's doing great now. She's over it, and she has never looked back. And my father died of lung cancer,
Mm.
and I remember he was in a hospice um, not far from here, and that place was just, there's no words. I can't thank them people enough for what they done for him.
Wow.
You know, because he was in the hospital before that, and he was in so much excruciating pain. It was just, it was unbearable to watch.
Wow.
And we got him to moved into the hospice, and the pain relief, it was no more pain. It was just, the difference was like day and night. And just the compassion them people have, and it's all voluntary, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would like to be fit to give one of my positions to a hospice and just say, there you go,
Yes.
you're
Wow.
sorted. Like that would be, it would do so much for them. It would do, it would just mean so much that they could, they wouldn't be struggling, because they do, hospitals all over are struggling. You know what I mean? Everybody's struggling, but people like that, the places like that, they shouldn't be struggling. We should be supporting these people in these places. So that's one big area I would like to, and other areas are, um, I'm a, as you know, I love my animals. I love my dog. My dog's actually lying here sleeping. So that's how much she thinks of me talking in the interview. She's fed up with me talking. um, so animal charities, things like that, you know, animal abuse, stopping animal abuse, things like that, because I deplore it. I really deplore it.
Yeah.
I want to help things like that, and on a wider field, you know, the likes of uh, tigers and polar bears, or anything that's endangered or anything like that. I would love to be fit to help the, you know, help and go out into the safaris and help the poaching teams. You know what I mean? Give something to the poaching teams, because they're so under resourced.
Indeed. Yeah.
It's unbelievable, you know. So I would like to be fit to do things like that, and just in general help people. If you see someone struggling around your area, help them. You
Ye-
know, there's too much greed in the world.
Yes.
There is so much greed in the world, and that's what's wrong with us world. So we have a chance here to change it. We have a chance to show others, and maybe a million founders, we're nearly at a million now. You know, if people, a million founders can make a big impact on the earth,
Oh,
and
truly.
I believe they will. And you know, if people see you doing, you learn by others, and if people see you making an impact, even in some small way, they can make an impact. And that small impact, you know, one nice word to somebody, it's maybe going through mentally some trauma in their head. Just a kind word can change their whole outlook on life, you know.
Indeed.
So things like that is very important to me, and mental illness too, because I know a lot of people suffer it, and especially more so now than any time before, as the last 18 months have proved. So mental illness will be another one, you know.
Yeah.
So, and I just love that ONPASSIVE is built for human. It's built for people to change change people's lives around it. You know, it's not all business. I know it is a business, and we have to focus on the business and the task at hand, and that's fine. I'm all for that, and we have to start. And that's another thing, we have to start taking it seriously, you know, as
Mhm.
founders, because we're representing ONPASSIVE, you
Indeed.
know. So
Yeah.
we have to take it seriously, but at the same time, knowing that what ONPASSIVE is built on, the foundations of ONPASSIVE is helping. That's basically it. And we are going to help in extraordinary ways. It's just going to be unbelievable, Taylor. Unbelievable.
It's exciting. Well,
Yeah.
I've heard several times from different Ash, our CEO, different leaders speaking about making 1 million millionaires. And that's mind boggling when you start thinking about that and how that can impact our economy. Now, something that I see, and you touched on it about helping people. So that's another thing that I see is a strong passion in you, that you're helping people already, and ONPASSIVE hasn't launched to the public yet. We haven't had our paybacks coming in, but yet you're helping people. You're helping people understand ONPASSIVE. You're helping them with things that you do. You want to talk about that a little bit? Like, what drives you to also want to help people understand and get into ONPASSIVE?
Yeah, well, I do a lot of posts, as you know, and like a lot of my posts, I would post early in the early hours over here, because something will just come to me, or I'll see somebody will put up a post about something, and I'll use that as the blueprint for something that I have in my head already.
Right.
So I get so much inspiration from other founders, and just from maybe talking to somebody outside or something I've heard, or so I just have to get it wrote down. I used to, at times when I would finally go to bed, I couldn't sleep. So, and then something would come into my head, and I would say, right, I'll remember that for the morning. For that would make a great post. And I'd be going over things in my head that I could post, but then I would never remember it in the morning,
Yes.
and it's so frustrating. It's, oh my God. But um, I like to encourage others. I like to encourage founders, because not all founders have the vision yet. Yet they're getting there slowly but surely. But not all founders, because there's new founders coming in and that. And I want to encourage. I want them to get excited as I am about this, as passionate about I am. And there's some passionate people in ONPASSIVE, like Red and Marty and all of Marina and yourself. And, we're so passionate about it because we understand it.
Yeah.
And not everyone will understand it at the start. And that's, we can see that, but tap into the finer part of it.
Yes.
There's so much to learn about, and it has changed me as a person, Tyra, completely. I remember when I started this here, like, I had the vision, but I didn't know what I was doing, and I was only learning, and I didn't know what about posts or what to say or where to go or but I just started learning from others, and I started to really understand every day. And they always say you never stop learning, and that's true. My father, he always said that, and it's so true. But then Redfern asked me if I would join the leadership team, the UK and Ireland leadership team, and I was just blown away. I couldn't speak. And that's not often I'm like that. But you don't Irish are good at speaking, believe me.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So Red asked me, and I gratefully accepted. And as you know, you've interviewed some of the guys, or maybe most of the guys on the UK and Ireland leadership team, and I have learned so much from those guys.
Great bunch.
They're astonishing. They're just the way their minds work, the focus they have. It's phenomenal. And I have learned so much from them, and I can't thank them enough for that. I can't thank them enough. And there's some good things coming in the UK and Ireland. And the leadership team, there's some good things coming up for the UK and Ireland. So stay tuned for that, folks. But yeah, I just want to encourage people. I want to encourage other founders. I want to get them really, and because once you get that light bulb, the final light bulb moment is when it all clicks in. You get all the small light bulbs, but once you get that big one and it all falls into place and you totally understand it, you're blown away with it. You're absolutely astonished, and yeah, that's what my passion is now, is to encourage others. And as Marty said about just a like, a share, a comment, it makes all the difference. People think, oh, how's that going to help? It helps in so many ways. It helps, and be part of it. This is your business, and I keep telling people, look, it's not, that's your business. That's not my business, but it's your business. Well, if you owned a shop, you wouldn't leave it and walk away, and hopefully it makes money.
Sure.
You would be there, and it's the same aspect, same thing for ONPASSIVE. Of course, ONPASSIVE, the passive part, the company goes to work and does the work for you. But in the meantime, take an interest in your business. Take an interest and learn about it. Because there's so many people, I know people that's on my team, and they say, oh, I know nothing about technology. I'm having no part of it.
Mhm.
But they have a $1,000 phone or $1,200 phone. They do know enough about technology, you know what I mean, to use their phone. But why not come on and have a like, give a like, a share, a comment, and attend the webinars? It's not a lot to ask for what we're getting.
When indeed, yes.
What we're getting is unbelievable. It's sometimes I have to sit and pinch myself, and I say to myself, why me? I'm only an ordinary guy working construction. Why me? Why do I deserve this? But then again, it's been at the right place at the right time. And I truly believe that, Tyra.
Indeed.
I was in the right place at the right time. And I believe it's going to pay dividends, so.
Truly. Well, that kind of opens the door to, if you're listening to this and you've never heard about ONPASSIVE, I want to encourage you, when we're done here, to head over to onpassive.com. This is our company website. You're going to see all kinds of information about our products. We've got blogs, testimonies, locations, information about our CEO. It's just full of information. And Paddy touched on some of the things. In order to become a founder, you need a personal invitation. Reach out to Paddy or myself. We will help you in whatever way that you need. The cost to become a founder is unbelievable. Like, consider if you had ever been able to be invited into, say, Google at the beginning, or Apple, or any of these big companies for $97 US. I mean, come on, Paddy, how?
Yeah.
97 US.
Yeah, it's extraordinary, that. And sometimes I don't even like saying it at times, you know what I mean? When I'm telling people about this business, I'm explaining it to them, and I say the price, because, well, they mightn't understand how big it is, but I do. And for me to say that price, sometimes I feel it's a bit below. It's not right in the company. Because I know there's companies out there charging $5,000-$10,000,
Yes, yes.
and that's just to listen to some guy tell you how to get rich. Yeah,
Exactly.
as if he knows. He's getting rich because you're paying him $10,000 for him to talk nonsense to you. But I mean, $97. And I know why Ash done it at that price. He done it at that price for the simple reason, because it's not for the upper echelons of society. Although
Accessible.
they're they're more than happy to come in if they want. But it's for the 97-98% that fail online and fail in general in life
Mhm.
and business, trying things. You know what I mean? That's what it's for. So $97, that's about 75 quid, 75 pounds, British pounds.
Right.
So it's nothing.
No.
It's a meal. You'd be lucky if it's a meal for two over here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You'd be lucky if you got a meal for two over here for that. So yeah, it's astonishing price, and that's why people should take advantage of that now, for certain.
Well, I think sometimes people may think, oh, a 97, that's so cheap, so nothing. It must not be a big deal. But you really said it, because Ash, our CEO, has made it accessible for anyone, anywhere.
That's right.
And that's the whole heart about ONPASSIVE, folks. If you have heard anything that Paddy has said here today, and your takeaway is about the heart, and he talked a great amount about his passion to help people. And, you know, that's what we're drawing into ONPASSIVE. If you have come to the place where you've had enough, and Paddy mentioned the 97, 98% that have really honestly tried or struggled and never made a cent, this is where you want to be. Come and check this out, because it's so centered around people. Most companies are centered around money and profit. And yes, we're not going to deny we want to make profit. Who doesn't? But the main focus is people. So, Paddy, do you want to add something to that for us, just in closing? Because you have done such an awesome job in sharing your passion with us.
Oh, thank you, Tyra. Yeah, I would just say for people to open their minds. You know, a lot of us we're very suspicious of everything around us now in the world. So open your mind a little. That's all it takes. And come in and have a look at this. And talk to any of us founders, you know. And I'm happy to sit and explain this. I'll sit for hours and explain it if you want. You know, I'm more than happy to help, and I do. Believe me, I get a million messages every day from people. Oh, could you explain this to me? Could you? Look, it's no problem. It doesn't take long out of my day, really. And what else? It's my business, and I want to help, and I'm helping, and it means a lot to get my passion over to others. You know what I mean? So I would just say to people, open your minds a little. Come on, learn about it. There's so many great videos. Like, look at the guys and girls that are doing the videos about ONPASSIVE. It's, you know, I tip my hat to them, because all these people, and it's like the LC, the leadership team or council, are doing all these webinars every day. There's something on. There's one on tonight. I think it's the founders tonight. But they're doing all that, and they're talking for hours.
On their own time.
On their own time. No, exactly.
Yeah.
And is that not passion and commitment? Does that not show people out there what this is and what this is about? That alone should show you the love and determination and compassion that there is in this company. It's amazing. So come in, have a look at it. If you need any information, contact founders, contact LC, contact you, contact me, and we'll gladly talk to you and explain the whole thing in a way in a manner that you can understand. We're not going to go through all this computer jargon and things that, you know what I mean, because it's off-putting. It really is off-putting. We'll talk in a way that you understand, that you'll get it. And who knows, you might even get that first light bulb moment, like we all got. Yeah,
indeed. Oh my goodness, that was wonderful. Folks, you have a huge takeaway here. I hope you enjoyed the show today. Paddy, thank you so much for joining me. It was a great pleasure to have you on the show.
You're more than welcome, Tyra. I love the show, and thank you so much. I really appreciate being asked on. Thank you.
Oh, great, great. Well, thank you, everyone. Have a super day, and we'll see you again on The Takeaway. Bye for now.